Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a video for you guys since I got my lighting situated finally, and I had it all planned out. I was going to do a hair tutorial for y'all, bada bing bada boom. It was going to be simple, but I recently discovered something that changed my life. And well, I didn't really discover it. It's been out for about 2 months actually, but I could not possess it because it was nowhere to be found. So I went 20 miles outside of where I lived, and I finally found it at an Ulta there. And it was one of those moments where you connect with something. There were rays of light coming from it. I could have swore I heard birds chirping at some point. And what I'm talking about is the Anastasia Amrezy Palette. You probably heard a lot about it from Instagram, YouTube. A lot of people have been talking about it and doing reviews on it. And this is what it looks like here. And it has 10 shades inside. And the top row are going to be your shimmer, and bottom is matte colors. Absolutely love it. So with discovering this, I felt like there was no other video I could do besides a look using some of these colors. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do for you today. I will do a hair tutorial on how I get this look next, but for today, let's go ahead and focus on this baby here. So if you want to see the look that I am wearing today on my eyes, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I've already done one eye. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up on the other, and I will show you what I've done. So of course, like we've mentioned, I am using the Anastasia Amrezy palette. And the first shade I am going to go in with is this one right here called Caramel. And I am just going to take any type of eyeshadow brush, just something that's going to be good in the crease area. I'm just going to take this one with a smaller point and just get a little bit of that on my brush. And I'm going to go ahead and put this, I'm going to actually bring this up pretty high. So I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of putting that on above the crease and just kind of going back and forth. And I'm going to bring that one in pretty far as well. So bring it out pretty far, taking it up pretty high. Getting that all the way through, just going back and forth. A little bit more there. Alright, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of a fluffier brush, like that, and just kind of blend that out even more. Alright, and so next I am going to go in with the shade right next to it, and it's going to be this one right here called Morocco. And these are probably my two favorite shades. I really love them a lot. I think they're going to be really pretty in the fall as well. And this one I actually am going to go ahead and just kind of go in the crease a little bit more. Not taking this one up too high, just right in the crease, back and forth. I'm just taking that same brush. This one actually doesn't have anything on it. I just take it on, or just take it like as it is, and just kind of blend over all the colors that I've put on it. Alright, and then I am going to go in with the darker shade, which is Deep Plum, and that's this one here. And this one I'm just going to focus really on the outer V. Go ahead and start putting that one on. I want to find a different brush. Let's use this one here. And this one just has a smaller edge there, just so that I can really get into the outer V there. Try to even that up a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing and just take I'm going to take a little bit more dense of a brush to kind of help blend that one out. And it's okay if I go too far down. I'm going to clean up the edge a bit once I'm done here. Alright, and I'm going to take just a little bit more of the first color, caramel that I went in with. I'm going to go ahead and just go in with that one right above it. And then just taking this brush again and blending it all out. Go. And lastly, I am going to go in and just highlight my brow bone. And for that, I am using this color right here, and it is called Legend. I'm just going to take that right up high on my brow bone. It's a really pretty color for highlighting. Really like that. A little bit more. Alright, and then again going in and just blending out that line. Alright, and then the last color I'm going in with is this color right here. And it's probably my favorite color in the palette. It is called Glisten. A very pretty pink champagne-y color. And this color I'm going to place and pat right in the inner part of my eyelid. And just to kind of make that stand out just a bit more. I'm going to take that into my inner tear duct and then just bring it out and pat it. And then, of course, taking the same brush again and blending that out. Alright, and so that's going to be it for the eyeshadows. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in and do a little bit of liquid eyeliner. I am going to go in off camera just because I am going to do a little bit of a winged liner and I have to get up pretty close. So I will be right back. Alright guys, so I've already applied the lashes on this eye. So we'll go ahead and finish up the look. What I'll do next is put on some concealer. And actually what I'm going to use, which is something I didn't actually mention when I started the video. I do use primer for my eyeshadows, of course, but what I've actually been using a lot is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It looks like that. I've actually been using that as a base on my eyelid, but then also underneath my eyes before I use concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this under my eyes. And what I'll do is go ahead and just use the applicator that it comes with and just kind of dot that around underneath. It just helps kind of brighten up that under eye area, so then I add a little bit of concealer and kind of brings the look together a little bit more. Then I'll go in and just kind of pat that in with my finger. Then I also use this brush here as well. And this is just an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. I'll use that as well, just the same, just kind of pat that in. And now I'm going to go in with my actual concealer. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and use the concealer that I spoke about in my last video. The Maybelline concealer right here. So I'll just actually draw on a couple of lines here. Just to really brighten that area up. And then what I'll do is also go in with my finger and pat that in. Just a bit. And bring that out a bit. And then what I'll do is go ahead and go in with the brush and kind of pat that in as well. It kind of helps soak up some of the excess concealer that's there. I did put quite a bit. So kind of bring that all the way out and pat that out there. And as you can see how much that brightens up that under area. There you go. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and set that with the same thing I set the other side with. I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit for that. And then just a little brush from Real Techniques. And this is actually a setting brush, I believe. I really like this one because it really fits right underneath the eye. And just kind of pat that. And there is that. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in with some of the eyeshadows. I am going to be using Morocco, Deep Plum, and then also Legend. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use the brush that it came with. It has two sides, and one of them is really a smaller pencil, like a pencil brush basically. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of Morocco on there. And I'm just going to kind of drag that right along the edge of my lash line. And I'm going to go ahead and take that in almost to the entire inside. I'm going to put another color there, but I'll go ahead and take that in just a bit. Just kind of have that go back and forth. So I'm going to take that larger brush and just kind of blend that out. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is take the same brush that I used for the darker shade Deep Plum, this one right here, and I'm going to put a little bit there, and then also put just a little bit here on the outer corner. And then taking the same brush that I used, if I can find it, the same brush that I used to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to take Legend and then bring this in the inner corner of my tear dot. Take a little bit there too. There we go. Alright, and that just about does it there for the shadows. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I do hope that y'all enjoyed. Pretty simple, you know, only takes a couple of minutes. Not something that I really wear every single day, but when you really just want your eyes to pop a bit more, this is what I would do. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if y'all did, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you so much, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys!